What's going on, everyone? This is Fred, FindMyVapes.com, and today we're going to take a look at the FMJ Mod by Mad Industries. So a little over a week ago, Mad Industries came out with their new mod called the FMJ. Now it's a single 18650 mechanical tube mod, and the outside appearance looks very similar to the Colonial mod, which I did a review on several months ago. But there is one big difference, and that's the 510 connection for your atomizers. So the 510 connection for the FMJ mod is designed in a way that allows you to put this top cap over pretty much all 22mm atomizers. So the end result is that you can use pretty much any atomizers that you want and still get this very nice, clean and uniform looking mod. Basically, this allows you to get a mod that looks as if the atomizer and the battery tube were designed together. So about a week ago, I went to Mad Industries and picked one up. Then I immediately went on a trip to New York, and I've been using this every single day since. Now there are a few things that I would like to see change, and I'll show you everything in the close-ups. But overall, the FMJ mod has been performing flawlessly, and I'm really digging how it looks like it's one complete mod. But let's not waste any more time, let's get right to it. Alright, so it comes in a tin like this, and it's your standard Mad Industry packaging that we all know and love. And when you open up the box, you will have your FMJ mod. So if we take out the mod, and it does come with a wide bore drip tip, which makes dripping super easy. And here's the mod all put together. So it has a really nice, seamless look. And it looks very similar to the Colonial mod. It even has the same type of switch, which I really love. Now it is a little bit bigger than the Colonial mod, but it's nice and big, it's girthy, and it just feels really good in my hands.
Oh yeah.
So it's a single 18650 tube mod, and it is machined out of aluminum, so it's nice and light. And the most unique part about this mod is this top cap. Now this top cap is designed to fit over pretty much all 22mm atomizers. So you can use any atomizers that you have and you'll still get this clean look. So if we remove the top cap, you'll see how this works. So it looks pretty similar to all the other mechanical mods, but you may notice that there's an O-ring right here on top. Now the purpose of this O-ring is so that it makes a seal with a top cap. Now you have the 510 connection with the copper pin, and this is where you're going to screw in your atomizer. But before we do that, let's take a look at how you put your batteries in. So you basically just unscrew this top, and this is where you will place your battery. So as you can see, you have a copper firing pin, and the 510 connection is also copper. Now if you want to see how you can remove this switch, go ahead and watch my Colonial mod video where I show you step by step on how to do that. And you can watch that video by clicking the thumbnail right above. Okay, so the 510 connection also has an adjustable copper pin, and this is pretty standard. You all know how it works. You adjust the top one and then adjust the bottom for battery rattle. So what I have right here is just your standard atomizers. This one is a Tugboat V1. Now you would screw it into the 510 connector just like normal. And you want to adjust the copper pin so that it touches the pin on the atomizer. Then you'll place the battery in your tube and screw on the top cap. Now as you can see, the battery tube is wider than the 22mm atomizer. This allows you to place this top cap over your atomizer, giving you that seamless look. Now the way that you want to do that is to remove the stock top cap of your atomizer. Then you want to place your Mad Industries top cap over the atomizer. So that way you get this really nice uniform look, and you can use any 22mm atomizer that you want. And this is nice because if you have different builds on multiple atomizers, you can switch them in and out and still get the same look. Now this is a really nice design, but there is a few downsides. Now if you're someone that drips from the tip, you're not going to really have too much problems because this is a really nice wide bore drip tip and it makes dripping super easy. But if you're someone that likes to pop the top cap off and drip directly on the wicks, you may run into some issues. So if you look at this top connection, you may notice that there's a few different sizes. Now the top connection of the FMJ mod is machined to be 22mm, which makes sense because that allows you to fit 22mm atomizers. But the thing is that it's the top cap of this atomizer that's 22mm. So once you remove the stock top cap, you now have the deck of the atomizers, which is smaller than 22mm. So what happens here is when you place your Mad Industry top cap over the deck, you're left with a small gap. So the inside thickness of the Mad Industry top cap is 22 millimeters, but the deck of the atomizer is smaller than 22 millimeters. Now what happens with that space is that over time, whether it's due to over dripping or just condensation buildup on the top cap itself, you're gonna start collecting juice in that space, which means the next time that you remove this top cap, the buildup of juice in that space may just start leaking down your mod. Now, it's not a huge issue if you're expecting it. You can always just place a towel or a paper towel around this mod before removing the top cap. Now, what you can do to prevent juice from leaking down is the next time that you have your top cap on and you want to remove it, just go ahead and turn the mod upside down. What's going to happen here is that the juice will flow down to the top cap. You can remove the top cap, turn the mod back upright, and then actually pour that leftover juice back onto the wicks. I've been doing that for the past week or so, and it's been actually working pretty well. So you just want to be aware of that juice buildup, and as long as you're expecting it, you shouldn't have any issues. Now, another minor issue that I have with this top cap is that this top cap has a pretty large chamber. And to show you what I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and put this tugboat cap back on. Again, it's 22 millimeters, so it's sitting flush with that deck right there. Now with the stock top cap on, the Mad Industry top cap can slide right over it. So what that means is that the chamber of your Mad Industries top cap is obviously larger than your stock top cap that came with your atomizer. So what I would like to see is a smaller chamber so that I can actually achieve better flavor and a warmer vape. Now you have to understand that this top cap is meant to fit all 22 millimeter atomizers. So if your goal is to fit all atomizers, you want to ensure that your chamber can fit all atomizers. Now that reduction in flavor is minimal, but it is something that I wanted to mention. But let's go back up top and let's vape on it. So like I mentioned in the beginning, the FMJ mod has been performing flawlessly. I really love the way that it looks, the fact that you can use any 22 millimeter atomizer, and the switch. Now the switch is by far my favorite switch on a mechanical mod. I just really like the concave feel to it, the soft throw, and the fact that I don't need a locking ring. Now on my trip to New York, I had the FMJ mod in my pocket pretty much the whole time, and not once did it fire on its own. I just really love this switch, and it's the same switch on the Colonial mod. Now there are a few downsides that I mentioned in the close-ups, and it mainly has to do with the top cap. Because there's extra space between the top cap and the deck of the atomizer, you do get a little bit of a juice buildup. So if you remove the cap without knowing, you could have juice leaking down your mod. But an easy fix to that is just to turn it upside down, remove the cap, and then actually just pour the juice back onto your wicks. So it's not a huge problem as long as you're expecting it. Now if you don't remove the top cap and just drip from the tip, there's absolutely no leaking from this seam. Another change that I would like to see is a reduced chamber on the top cap. The chamber on this top cap may be larger than the chamber that's on the stock top cap of your atomizer. Now with a reduced chamber, I believe that you'll get a little bit more flavor and a warmer vape. Now I can see why Mad Industries designed it the way it did with the larger chamber. The idea of this top cap is so that it can fit over all 22 millimeter atomizers. Now, if the chamber is reduced too much, that can make it incompatible with some atomizers. So with that idea in mind, I can definitely understand why Mad Industries designed this top cap with a slightly larger chamber. But overall, I'm really liking the FMJ mod. I've actually been on a regulated box mod fix for quite some time, and you can see it in my previous videos. But the FMJ mod kind of reignited my passion for the simplicity of mechanical mods. So you might be asking, what's the retail price on this mod? Now I'm not entirely sure, but I believe it's going for $125. Now that's $125 for an authentic USA made mechanical mod. I think that's a pretty good deal. So if this seems like something that you want to get your hands on, definitely go check out Mad Industries. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.